Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Oz the Great and Powerful. This is a 2013 film, 2 hours and 14 minutes long. It's from Disney. I thought it might have been brought up from Fox, but no, it definitely was Disney's shot, modern shot. They've obviously done Return to Oz and things like that, but this is their modern shot at digging into the L. Frank Baum Emerald City multiverse. I don't know, because everybody can make a. I can make a Wicked film or TV series or book or whatever. I guess maybe I'm not sure about a book, but sequels and stuff that takes place in that reality if I want, because I don't think that it's under copyright anymore. Like there's no rules. As it is with like Winnie the Pooh now. Technically, you can make a horror movie with Winnie the Pooh or some other characters soon. A certain version, of certain version of Mickey Mouse as well. Steamboat Willie, but yeah, there's but Disney will fight you the whole way, as they are have a right to. So, what this movie is all about? This is basically a prequel. It sets things up early on. I'm getting my screen up here because okay, there we go. It's setting up sort of a prequel to Wizard of Oz, putting us in the shoes of Oz himself, the great and powerful. But he's not so great. He's not so powerful. He's just a carnival magician who is really good at scamming people. He's kind of a slimy guy, played by James Franco, and he is he always hits on the prettiest women, always gives them a nice little gift, which I didn't appreciate till later when I was reminded that the wizard in the Wizard of Oz likes giving people gifts, whether they mean something or not. In this case, early on in his career, when he's just trying to bed as many women as he can, he likes to give them the little music boxes and say it belonged to his mother and she died in a war or something. What war? We don't know. Just a war. And so it makes the women feel so much more closer to him. And you see as this goes on that he's given those music boxes out to a lot of women. I don't know where he gets them made, but yeah, he pretty much has a stockpile of them. And just as we have in the Wizard of Oz, I'm not going to spoil too much here. I don't know if everybody's seen this. It's the kind of movie that you could have missed, and it's not exactly the top of the list to watch on the homepage of the site of of Disney Plus. So while it has an amazing cast, it has a fantastic bunch of people that I'm sure you're really familiar with beyond James Franco. This is kind of a mostly forgotten take on the wizarding world of Oz. Is that can I say that? It's, by the way, this is directed by Sam Raimi, and even if you didn't know it's directed by Sam Raimi, just watching it long enough, having watched other Sam Raimi films, you would know that it was Sam. Yeah, 100%. There are Raimi-isms that throughout this movie. There's moments where he zooms, there's quick zooms, kind of that camera caught on out of control kind of thing. There's certain camera tricks that he is known for, and he dives into them, as he does in every film, whether it's the Spider-Man films or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness or any other the horror films and other things he's done over the years. Danny Elfman, of course, is providing the music. So this is very much a Sam Raimi production, with Michelle Williams as Annie. I'm going to leave it at that. Michelle Williams, just to me, is she's not just gorgeous, but she's ethereal in a sense where whoever she's playing, you believe her. I don't know how to explain that, but she's played everybody from Marilyn Monroe to Venom's girlfriend. It's a kind of it's a bit of a range, but she does sort of. I don't want to. No, I'm not going to spoil anything. She's important to the story. Let's just say that. We have Rachel Weisz, who plays one of the witches, and we also have Mila Kunis Evanora is Rachel Weisz, and Mila Kunis is also a very important character in this. The potential, maybe real love interest for James Franco's Oz. I don't know. I don't know if I should say anything. Zach Braff is in this as Frank, who is Oz's assistant in the carnival, but also provides the voice of a flying monkey that is actually on the good guy's side. We have Bill Cobbs shows up in this. Joey King, she's a little girl in a wheelchair. She's all grown up now, married. She might even have kids at this point. But here in 2014, filmed in 2013 most likely, she's still a kid, and she plays the voice of. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it, just in case you're worried about spoilers. She plays the voice of a porcelain doll, and I think I want to mention that only because the porcelain doll, it's totally CGI, of course, but it's done really well. I really liked it. There's a lot of stuff throughout this. Again, loads of CGI, loads of digital effects, and also this is in the era of 3D films, so there's a number of sequences that are like, do we want to make it go woof, woof? Do we want to make things... Do we want to layer the shots in ways that will take advantage of 3D? And yes, it feels like that is the case in many moments. Speaking of also digital effects, the very beginning of the film, just like in The Wizard of Oz, is got a 4:3 aspect ratio, black and white. Of course, it's digital, so it's much cleaner than the original, but it still looks like an old-timey film. And that reveal upon entering Wonderland, ever entering the Emerald City, or the other world in which the Emerald City lives. That's that moment, just like it was for Dorothy, when everything, how you view the film, how you view a film in that era, back in that era. What year was that? 1959? I can't remember offhand, but it goes from that black and white square to this full color conversion. It gets wide and it's still a goosebumpy moment for a lot of fans of Wizard of Oz, and they recreate a scene like that. So yes, you're going to go 20 minutes of watching this in black and white at a 4:3 aspect ratio, and then that moment when Oz enters that whole new world, guess what? The colors come alive, and they make use of them really well throughout this thing. It's a good looking film. Again, CGI and digital effects age differently so for some films, and especially even with this one, there's different parts that age better or not. But for its part, Disney put some money into this, and it looks fantastic. A lot of the magic and a lot of the things. But we have to understand that this is a story where a guy, I'm not spoiling this is a guy who's basically used to scamming people and treating them like garbage and has no real friends, just uses people. And suddenly he lands in a new land, and they assume that he is the foretold Messiah for their people to save them from the Wicked Witch. Yeah. And everything's not as it seems, of course, including him, because he knows he's not some sort of wise magician. He's not a great Wizard of Oz. He is... Well, the land is Oz. By the way, it does spend a lot of time answering questions but that you might have ever asked. Why is the witch green? Why does she ride a broom? Why is it called Oz? And if this is a guy who is Oz, but not Henry Gale. There's a reference to Gale in this, but he's not Gale. It's the Wizard of Oz nerds will have this all figured out. I don't know it as well as everybody else, but it's for me. It's those little tiny details that that get explained through a story like this are sometimes fun for me. I'm just, I like those little things. And then we get we get we realize that James Franco Oz is in over his head. He doesn't necessarily know how to even tell the truth, how to treat people decently or as equals. He feels he's above just about anybody. And when he's in over his head, he's got to rely on others and also not lie to them. Can he do that? When an entire community is relying on him to save them from evil. Yeah. So yeah, it's there's some twists and turns throughout this. It's not. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't know if it got the recognition it deserved. I think it's fun. It has some, like I said, some nice twists and turns. But yeah, beyond that, most people these days see the prequel to The Wizard of Oz to be Wicked. Yeah, yeah, not a Disney thing. So, yeah, you can watch this to contrast and compare the two prequels, in a sense, to the iconic core story from L. Frank Baum. But, yeah, right now, the biggest hit, other than The Wizard of Oz itself, in that universe is going to be Wicked for a good long time. But hey, if you want more of the Emerald City and those characters that you know and love, but in a different way, treat it as a Emerald City multiverse, an Oz multiverse. You never know what you might like and what you might not. The monkeys, by the way, the flying baboons in this one, they're scary. They're pretty scary looking dudes. They're not just guys in rubber wings flapping around and screeching. They were scary in their time, absolutely. But I think Sam knows a little bit about horror and how to freak people out. Oh, by the way, yes, Bruce Campbell does appear in this. Just saying, you'll recognize him. He's the one with the chin, more so than his normal chin. Let's just say they made a decision to go, hey, well, how do we make Bruce look even more like Bruce, but in a fantasy land? Well, let's give him an even bigger chin than he already has. So yeah, it's a small cameo, but Bruce has to show up in every single one of his films. I'm pretty sure ever since Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, everything else, he's a good luck charm. I don't know if it's good luck anymore, but he's got to be there. He's part of the family. Ted shows up. His brother, Ted Raimi, shows up at some point. I can't remember where he was, but yeah. I think it was. I do barely remember the film from when I saw it in the theaters, so I knew some of the twists and turns ahead of time, but I pretty much erased a lot of it since in the last 11 years or so. But give it a shot if you're hungry for more of the Emerald City universe or the Oz universe. You might find it to be fun. You don't know. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 177. That's almost at the top of the bottom of the list. We have less than 200 items on my current list, and it's taking forever to load. I had to plug it in because the battery was dead. 177. What do we got? Okay, we're back to documentaries. I don't know if this is a series or if it's just a single one-off, but we're going to find out. It's simply named, and you kind of know what it's all about by just looking at it. It is Tiger. It is. If it's anything other than something about actual physical jungle tigers, I'll be very surprised. But we'll find out tomorrow when we watch Tiger in the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.